My name is Paul Sansom, and I'm a business consultant here at Vendavo. Our primary role as business consultants is to marry our company's technology with the needs and requirements of our customers. But one of the fun side jobs we get to perform is to provide customers with insights and guidance into industry best practices as experts. So today we're talking about sales enablement. And I have to admit, I have worked in sales and commercial operations for the better part of my career. And I've really only started to hear those words put together in the last 18 months. But after we define it, I'm going to provide some helpful tips in building an effective sales enablement strategy. So sales enablement refers to the infrastructure of tools, processes, and systems that you build around your sales organization to drive effectiveness and hopefully success. I call these things the 3 T's of sales enablement, trademark pending. And these 3 T's are training, tools, and technology. So let's start with training, which is probably the most overlooked and somewhat undervalued element, but it's so critical. Sales processes are rapidly evolving with both technology as well as a workforce that is getting younger every day. And this means that what has worked for decades may not be as successful today and thus in the future. And this kind of increases the need for training all the time. So investment in both periodic and on-demand training allows your teams to develop, retain, and hone the skills they need to engage with prospects, customers, partners, even each other. So things like onboarding and training programs, quarterly and annual in-person sales summits, and current up-to-date content libraries will all lead to more well-rounded sales organizations. All right, so the second T, tools. So building a resource bank of current content and sales tools that build credibility, establish trust, and differentiates your brand and products is kind of a no-brainer. That's essentially sales and marketing 101. But we don't want to just create content for the sake of creating content. This isn't TikTok or MySpace or whatever those pesky kids are into these days. No, it's critical that these tools drive neutral to positive behaviors in your customers and then build a regular cadence of communication and feedback. Hopefully, this will then move your people from kind of an external sales relationship to more of a trusted advisor, so to speak. So we've then kind of arrived at our last T, or for technology. So it's easy for some people to see things like CRM, analytics, content management systems, forecasting tools, and all the other things as more of a burden than a help. And if you don't believe me, then A, you've never worked in a sales organization. But if you really don't believe me, ask 10 people in your organization, what is the purpose of a CRM system? And I think, chances are you're going to receive answers ranging from forecasting and pipeline tracking to Big Brother's system for customer retention to, 21st century torture device. And that's if you don't get just a seemingly random stream of expletives. But the truth is sales technology today is essential. But it is your responsibility to build something that is simple, additive, and not burdensome. The idea of crawl, walk, run applies here greatly. Design these systems around midterm, short-term, attainable goals to drive habits in your sales organization. And then those habits will then build upon each other. Small habits can often lead to big impacts. And that's it, training, tools, and technology. So thank you for joining me today. And don't forget to check out my blog post on building better sales enablement strategies. In it, I dive into the 3 T's as well as my 3 rules for implementing a winning sales enablement strategy.